Page 32, Spring. That's the first movement from the Four Seasons of Vivaldi. I think we've already had autumn in this book. Now we get spring. This is a fast piece. It says allegro, fast and cheerful. You're starting out, they don't give you any finger numbers to start with, but take my word for it, you're in C position. So you're going to play the C with the thumb, like that. And you say, how do you know that? How do you know what position you're in when they don't give you finger numbers? Well, it's a good question. It's sort of a guess. You look at all the notes, or throughout maybe the first few measures, all the notes in the right hand, and I see that there's a C and an E and a D and a G, so in order, and an F. So if I do those notes, that puts the hand in C position. That's just where the hand needs to go to cover those notes. Doesn't always work out that way, but in here, and that's how I know this is in C position. Now they do tell you on the left hand, now handy, 5 and 1 for this, so you're in C position here. And I tell you, C position is where your hand is on notes next to each other and the bottom note is C. So the right hand's in C position, the left hand's in C position. They don't both have to be in the same position. They can be different. Anything goes here. So that's the position. Counting wise, you're coming in on beat 4. There's a pickup beat. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And right off the bat, let's get this articulation out of the way because it's really important. It's a slur staccato, and we got them all over the place. Lots of slurs and lots of staccatos, and we need them all. So it's here. The natural accent is the first beat of a measure. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Yeehaw, Indians, 1, okay. So it's here, 1, 2, 3. So that E gets a little more emphasis than the C, the pickup. 1. And those are staccatos, just a finger staccato. And then the third E, it's slurred to the G. Like so, it's all slurred. So we got a mixture of this stuff. Well, on top of all that, they give you eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So started is 4. 4, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So when you work out the rhythm really, really slowly like this and count it out, you'll be able to get this whole thing. It's not any trickier than that. You get over to the top of page 35. In the first line, you're playing pretty much all of it in this position until you get to the last measure, and you're playing the D. Then they want the thumb on the E. You can raise your hand up. It doesn't tell you, but it's the end of a phrase. You raise your hand up and just move it so you thumb. I mean, some people might tell you to reach your thumb under and do this. And if they were legato, if they were connected, we would do it that way. But as I said, it's the end of a phrase. So just lift the hand up and move it. And it's staccato. And then you're in this position. So we're going to stay here for a while. Second line. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and... See? Last line on page 33. 1 and 2 and 3 and... Now watch the fingering. Now scrunch up, put the thumb on the F. And then they're saying crossover here and third finger on the E. If you can do the C major scale, this is a piece of cake because that's the fingering for the scale. You have to cross over here. Left hand just has the chords. Look at page 33, second line. You have a 4 chord, in the second measure there, 4 chord, and the 1 chord. Again. Wrist staccato on the staccato. Boom, boom. And then a 5/7 chord in the last line, second measure, and a 1 chord. They're just primary chords. Dynamic wise, it starts out loud there on page 32. You're stating it. And then at the last note on the second line is soft. It's an echo. And then the last note of the first line on page 33, we're back to loud. We're back. Stay loud for the rest of it. So put in the echo, I guess is what I'm saying. On page 33, you got first to second endings. So we're going to play, look at the second line. You see the reverse repeat sign? So we're going to play the second line, then we're going to play the third line to the first ending, then we're going to repeat back to the second line to the reverse repeat sign and play that line again, and then play the next line, the first 2 measures, and then skip the first ending because we've already done it. We're finished with that one. It only gets 1 shot. Skip it and do the second ending, and that's where it ends. So that's the way that works. So let's try this out slowly. Even though it's a fast piece, we got to learn it first, so slowly. Of course, there's no pedal because you don't need it, and we need the staccatos. So I'm going to give us 3 counts, and we'll play this together. Your right hand is here. Now I'm not going to do the dynamics. I'm just going to play it. You can do the dynamics. So in case you're wondering why I'm not doing it, I just told you. Right hand, left hand. 1, ready, go. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Repeat. 1, 2, 3, off. There is a duet part at the bottom. I'd like to play that, and you play what you just played, but we're going to speed this up a little bit. We're not going to go full speed, but we are going to speed this up. So be sure you can play this, practice it and learn it, and then try this duet part and see what happens. The pickup beat, you're by yourself. I don't come in until the first full measure. When you play the left hand whole note there at the beginning, that's when I come in. So yeah, and again, you got to pay attention to what you're doing so you're counting correctly and everything, but you got to listen to me so you can stay with me. So we stay together, because I can't stay with you. I can't hear you. By the way, I need you to go up an octave again. So here, just middle C goes up and you're up here. You know the drill. All right. 1, ready, go.